everyone, YOLO Rules here, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So we're in the final class trial. We're trying to discover who the mastermind is right now, and I feel like we're getting very close, so let's jump right back in and get back to the case.
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Yes, that's the whole point of this conversation.
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about...
La la la! I can't hear you! La 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 la!
We're about to have a bullet time battle, aren't
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab, could you be talking
Hey,
about...
by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
God, what now? What do you want?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
Really? Wanna come home? What? Of course Makoto's gonna take the bait and fall for it.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Come on, Makoto, don't fall for it. He's trying to distract us.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
I mean, whether they are or aren't isn't really pertinent right now.
Why are you bringing that up now?
To distract
Your
you.
mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Are you trying to imply that they're not?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Exactly. Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So I want to shut him up. I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. Are we going for it? Yep, it's time for a bullet time battle against Monokuma himself.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
Biolab lights. Come on.
This should prove it.
Wow, I actually did a bullet time battle without taking damage for once. Oh, thank God.
The inconsistency Hyoko's talking about is... the lights!
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue.
I am so happy that I did a bullet time battle without taking damage. Wow. Also, is that the first one we had where I've had to switch the bullet on the last one?
A giant refrigerator was installed in there.
Other than the tutorial time that it gave it to me?
That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
Yes, thank you for clarifying for people like Hiro.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in.
Yeah, and there are only 9 lights. There should be 10.
And there were only 9.
Because there are 6 remaining people in here right now.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Really? 9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on should be 10.
I got it!
As I just said.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
I agree.
Suspicious? Why?
Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Or, you know, the amount of people who are left, and, you know, subtract that from the people that we started with, you know. That's right, the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Yep. Junko was second. Leon was third. Executed. Chihiro was 4th, followed by Mondo. Mondo was 5th. Taka was 6th, and then Hifumi was 7th. Celeste was 8th. Sakura was the 9th. And Mukuro was number 10.
So 10 people in all?
Yes.
That's right.
Keep forgetting
Any other number
that
should
they
make
do
you
voice
immediately
acting in
suspicious.
the Fast trials, I'm so used to reading the text.
But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
No.
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
I think that's a violation of the rules, isn't it?
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
Actually, why didn't the mastermind destroy Mukuro's body?
And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
I don't think anybody's body disappeared.
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
Yep.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Because
Including
someone
Monokuma's
was killed
executions,
twice.
there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders. Explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? The same person was killed twice. Or, wait. Only 9 wait. Which one? Only... It's either only same person was killed twice. It's... It's one of these two. Which one is it? Because both of them make sense. Because...
I got it!
Ooh, okay.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
Because, I mean, technically speaking, if somebody was killed twice, technically only 9 murders took place, because you can't kill a dead body again. It's impossible. Whatever, let's phrase it
Killed
like that.
twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far.
Okay, I guess we're taking that route. That's why the 9 murders thing would have been wrong.
But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
You can't murder someone. I know it's
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Yep, and I know exactly when Mukuro died the first time.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
I get the feeling you already figured it out, but you
It
want
was
me to
Mukuro, of
clarify
course.
for the people in the room who don't get it.
Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Yep,
And
she
that's
definitely
why
was.
the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on!
Yeah, I guess it would be a little bit weird if, somebody who we had presumed to be dead didn't show up in the morgue at all.
Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
I know the
All
answer.
you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Yep.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Kyoko's usually right. Okay, so let's see. What do we got? I guess Monokuma File 5 might be
Who
useful here, but
is
let me
this
see the,
someone
see the full
else that
conversation.
Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
Jimmy.
Leon Kuwata?
copied the wrong thing.
Chihiro Fujisaki.
It copied the wrong thing.
Mondo Owada.
I probably should have just used my
Kiyotaka
concentration.
Ishimaru. Hifumi Yamada.
No.
Celestia Lu, whatever. Or maybe Sakura Ogami.
No.
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Wait. Yeah, the last statement is the incorrect one, so I need to copy Junko Inoshima and shoot the last one. I don't know why it copied Leon.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon
There we go.
Kuwata?
Got it.
Chihiro Fujisaki?
No.
Mondo Owada?
I
Kiyotaka
can
Hifumi
fast forward at this
Celestia Lu? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way
Anyone was murdered.
No, that's wrong.
Yep, Junko Enoshima was murdered twice. Whatever.
Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Yep, she was stabbed all over her body.
Well, remember what happened to her?
It's kind of hard
She
to
was
forget.
impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
Somehow.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yep.
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
But why was she disguised as Junko?
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Someone going by that name? Really?
Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again.
Right.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yes.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
And it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
I don't think that they're the same person, but Mukuro was standing in place for Junko for some reason.
Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Yep.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Yes.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro.
We just established that Mukuro
She's
is
still alive.
dead. My god.
She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
Okay, I'll give you props for coming up for an explanation that actually sounds reasonable, but no, you're wrong.
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
Nah.
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
No. Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro, but can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive. Okay, so what are we doing? Okay, another non-stop debate for fatal injury, profile. Okay. Her
The
profile?
body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Oh, okay.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like
Oh, I
Junko's
get it.
body
I get it.
was
Okay.
her.
It
So
clicked
the
too late.
mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Okay, I get it. For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible? No, it's not because
The
we have
body
her
we
profile.
found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
This is a controversial statement, and that is the reason why.
No, that's wrong. No. The body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records.
Yep.
Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were
6
31,
inches tall?
21, 32.
You said 7 inches earlier. In fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of these details you just said were wrong, were different from what you said earlier when we were in the morgue examining her body. But I know you definitely said 7 inches tall last time.
Everything in her profile is
So which one
consistent
is
with
wrong?
that
'Cause
course.
I don't remember when we first found out what her measurements were, what they
And
were.
then there's the
exactly.
matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Yep. Where is it?
Here's
Go
my
in
answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Why do you object?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
But
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
come on, Byakuya, don't do this to me. You're one of the smart ones. We just established that Mukuro was the one who got killed in that moment. We just established that.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
Well, no duh, Byakuya.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Are we really doing this right now? Yes, we checked for her pulse. I remember that. Yeah, and here's the scene where we checked for her pulse.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
No.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
Come on, Makoto, don't back down. What are you laughing at?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
There we go. There's your fighting
That's
spirit.
all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
With evidence.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
Really?
I
Gosh.
think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the only... Could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely? Maybe she used some sort of trick. Oh, we're doing Hangsman's Gambit? Okay, what do I have to spell? I have to spell... Replaced? Replaced. I need an E, please. Replaced. L. Aced. A. I'm always afraid of hitting other letters and accidentally submitting them. I need an E. D. There we go.
Now I
It always makes me
understand.
nervous, like, because they're so close together, I can just almost accidentally click one of the letters
That's
and
it.
take damage.
What if she switched places with someone else?
So apparently thinking of the wrong letter hurts us psychologically.
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place.
I don't think
Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
I like your train of thought, but I feel like it's not a complete train of
Then
thought.
that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Yeah.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
It's also why when we first met Junko, we were like, you don't look anything like your cover magazines.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but
What?
that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Why are we still on this? No.
Yeah, you're saying they switched?
Oh, we have to
When could
establish
they
when.
even have done that?
They were switched from the very start. Obviously.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. We need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched. They switched at the moment of death, switched after. Of course, that's wrong. They switched at the beginning.
The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yep.
Yes, from the moment we first met.
It makes sense, because remember one of the times when Junko came to breakfast that morning, or Mukuro, I guess in this case, she said she said that she had difficulty putting her makeup on. Yeah, it's because she was putting makeup on more than just her face.
If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
It also explains how she got makeup in the first place. She probably just got it from Junko, and Junko told her to apply it constantly.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met
Yeah, it wasn't
is
her.
actually Mukuro all along?
Yep.
We'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
Yeah.
So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko,
Yeah, and we wouldn't have known the difference.
and we never would have known the difference.
Exactly.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
Yeah, and she covered it up with makeup.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
No.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Yeah.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
It's kind of lucky that the fire didn't burn away her skin on her hands, because it kind of charred her upper half pretty good.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Yeah, and she wore those fake nails before.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
Yep.
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So if they were both cohorts on this, why did Junko kill Mukuro? Other than, you know, because Mukuro foolishly attacked Monokuma. Actually, I guess that would be the only reason why, to enforce the rules, because if Mukuro attacked Monokuma and she wasn't punished for it, that would have looked extra suspicious.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
But They were also the ultimate soldier and ultimate fashionista, so can you have two ultimate abilities? Is that possible?
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid?
Oh.
Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
But don't you hope for despair? So isn't that kind of, weird?
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity?
Yes.
As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
Wait, when did Monokuma do that?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
That's what I just asked. What? So he still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive all he wants, it doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. I'm glad you have. Can you fill me in? He tried to hide Junko's identity, not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Okay, you're talking about the bomb, then. I think. Oh wait, no, the group photo, right. Because I mentioned that Junko was facing away from the camera or being blocked, so yeah, group photo. He updated. Wait, what? That wasn't right?
Shoot!
Wait, what? That wasn't right. Huh? Wow, okay. First time was during our latest investigation. Oh. Really? It was the interview DVD.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, the group photo thing happened during this investigation too, so you can't fault me for that mistake. But yes, you were specifically talking about the DVD. Okay. And I was doing so well too. I was on a streak. I botched it. That achievement was right there, not taking damage during the trial. Oh god.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up!
Yeah.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
But how, though? Like, I know that she didn't match her cover photos or anything, but wouldn't Mukuro have tried to dress the way Junko did in that video, as to not give it away?
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, you deliberately did that. No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've got to reveal that. What? Oh, we're doing another one of these? Well, I've already taken damage, so I guess I don't really care if I take damage during this now.
What? What do you want?
Okay, let me just keep my bullets up. Come on.
What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible!
Okay. Okay.
That's impossible!
Group photo. Okay,
This
so
should
this
prove
is
it.
when the group photo was meant to be used. Okay, I got it.
The video wasn't
okay.
the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Yeah, you're caught now.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures. Yeah, they flashed them again in case you didn't get it the first time. But yeah, I got it the first time. The unusual circumstance is Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Yep. And they flashed them again. Okay. That's not really necessary. I thought it the first time. But I guess that's just in case you didn't get it and were guessing.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible.
Now, I am curious, since they are real photos, who took the photos?
So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Because all of us are in the photos, except for the one that's omitted, of course. Actually, I wonder, because we were omitted from the photos, does that mean that we were? No, because in the other ones, so does that mean whoever was omitted from the photo is the one who was taking the photo at the time? And that's why they weren't in it? That's the only explanation I can think of, now that I think about it.
With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
So why did they decide to switch places if Mukuro looked nothing like Junko to the point that she couldn't even fake it?
Xanadu!
Xanadu, what?
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
Yeah.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game.
Wow.
She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Okay.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
What?
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now.
Oh, are we doing closing argument now? Okay, we are doing the closing argument. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we have to put everything in order from this case. So, I'll do what I usually do and cut this part out, and I'll be right back once I put all the pieces into place. Let's see. Let's work backwards. So this goes here. Body got exploded, and so we all discovered the body together. This, I guess, would go goes here. This goes here. This is a duplicate of this portrait, so that doesn't go there. Junko and Junko were switched, so that goes there. And the this one has no panel for it. So then she goes, she takes the body out and carries it to here. And then she goes, puts on the mask, she grabs a knife, she goes to stab us, but just as she's about to, Kyoko shows up. Mass assailant notices Kyoko, freaks out, and flees. Actually, hold on. This goes here. Okay, I'm back, and I think I have all of these in the correct order, I hope. So let's go ahead and reenact.
Here's exactly what happened.
Let's see.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here.
That's true.
But that wasn't the real Junko.
Right. Okay, good, got it.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
It must have been like a huge hassle to like have to dye her hair and get it.
And
to
that
look
girl's
like
name
Junko's.
was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, there's no panel for this one.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima.
Okay, got it.
Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use.
Yeah, I guess she wouldn't be weird if she used anybody else.
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side.
Yep.
Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Okay, good. Got it. This upcoming one. Okay. Yeah, I know which one's actually supposed to go there. This is supposed to be here, which is how I had this set up originally, but I doubted myself. And
Here's exactly what happened.
Lost damage.
Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me.
Yeah, we almost died.
After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Yeah, the rest of this should be fine. Yeah, got it. Okay, that was my...
Finally,
So I made
by
two
strapping a bomb to the
mistakes during
body,
this trial
she
that
was able
were
to
completely
destroy any
avoidable.
remaining evidence.
Oh well.
She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder.
Yep.
And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
Junko must have been like really bored just staying in that control room this whole entire time.
The real Junko Enoshima!
I also like how Junko is blacked out here because we don't know what she actually looks like.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Have nothing to say?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Someone's thinking very hard.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Oh.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case?
I mean, that's usually how this goes.
Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Oh yeah, we still need to uncover the mystery behind the school, don't we? Forgot about that. Ooh. Oh, we have a cutscene. Oh, hello. Junko and Ashima, ultimate despair. And she has Monokuma hairpins. I like that.
We have been waiting!
Oh,
waiting
wow.
so very long for peasants like you to appear!
Okay. Hello.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will
I
reward
also
you
like
with
her,
half of the
tie.
entire world!
Very nice.
We've even drawn up the deed already! We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking!
Bet you can't cook.
Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
No thanks.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
Oh.
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
Well, your personality shifted. This is the mastermind. She's the real Junko Inoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
It does seem right, because Monokuma would throw us a motive whenever he got bored.
Your face!
What about
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
it? Really?
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
I also noticed something. Until we see a picture of Junko without her covering her face, I noticed that Mukuro had freckles across her face. I didn't see if Junko had that too. No, I do remember seeing. I'm sure I've seen her somewhere too. Definitely before I got to the school. Yeah, before arriving at school.
I got it!
Yeah, we saw her in the magazine.
That's right! It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover.
Right.
And you were on it!
Yeah, she doesn't have freckles, yet Mukuro did.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far.
Except for that one time I game over because my memory was absolutely horrible, but you guys didn't see that because that episode didn't record.
So I was right.
And no, I'm not going to tell you which trial it was because honestly I don't remember which trial it was that I got the game over in.
Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Yeah, see? Mukuro has freckles and Junko doesn't. What? Huh? Oh, are you talking about my photo covers and junk? Well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped. Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista.
Yeah, I can kind of see why.
Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Wait. You and Mukuro are twins?
Twins?
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost
Is it a
embarrassed
cliche?
to admit it.
If it's a cliche, I'm not familiar with it, but they're twins, but they don't look anything alike.
So basically,
Well, I guess they're fraternal
Mukuro and I
twins?
had your stereotypical twin relationship.
Either that, or Mukuro just dyed her hair black and kept it straight, assuming Junko's blonde hair is natural.
The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me!
Okay.
Junko fucking Enoshima!
Okay, wow.
And
Okay,
together,
she's
we were the
absolutely
Despair
insane.
Sisters, aka the ultimate despair!
The Despair Sisters.
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself.
Wow.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names?
Oh yeah, it's a good point. I guess they were separated at birth and adopted by different families. That's the only explanation I can think of, anyway.
Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over?
As a twin myself, I have a twin brother. It does get annoying when I tell somebody that I'm a twin. And I have a twin brother and they ask me if we're identical twins. Because it doesn't even make sense to ask that question.
Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
Okay, so wow, things are getting really heated. So we found out that Junko Enoshima is the ultimate despair, and that she and Mukuro were not just sisters, but twins. Wow. I did not see that coming. And she killed her own twin. Wow. That is just awful. But, yeah, we'll continue the trial in the next episode. Things are getting really exciting. I'm interested to see how this will end. So... yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like. Also be sure to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, as well as support my Patreon. All their links will be in the description below. And subscribe for more. And if you are subscribed or a new subscriber right now, be sure to hit that bell icon to get notified when I upload videos. This is Viola Rules, signing off. Talk to you later.